Hey everybody! All right, so this video is reviewing the two irregular verbs that we have had so far, sum and possum. So let's get right to it. This is comp review time, so we are going back and making sure that everybody knows what they need to know. All right. Here we go. So our review of the two irregular verbs. We have sum esse fui futurus, to be, and possum posse potui, to be able. Possum does not have a fourth principal part, it just has the first three, and everybody needs to know these lexical forms. Sum esse fui futurus, to be, possum posse potui, to be able. All right, our present tense. What makes these irregular? Well, if we take a look at these, they have no RE in their second forms. So we can't really use our like regular steps to form a verb because we go to our second form and we cut off the RE. If there's no RE to cut off, we can't follow our steps. So that makes these irregular. So we just have to memorize their paradigms separately. So the good news is, though, in the present tense, your first form is always what goes in your first box. So we have the first form of this in the present tense. Now, if you know sum, you know the rest of these should be sum, s, estis, sunt. In our translation, I am, you are, he, she, it is, or there is, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. We are, y'all are, they are. Now, possum, good news is that if you know sum est, sum est sunt, you can form possum, potest, potest, because if we remember what this is, it's just pot, which is a prefix meaning power, onto sum est, sum est sunt. And the other thing that you have to remember is that when T comes before an S, it becomes SS. So again, our first form is going to drop in our first box, possum. But what happened here was this, is that we had potsum, but when T came before the S, it became an S. So potsum becomes possum, means I am able. Now pot S, nothing unusual, it's just potest, you are able. Pot plus est is just potest, he, she, it is able. Now, pot plus sumus has a T before an S, so it's going to become possumus, we are able. Pot plus estis is just potestis, y'all are able. But pot before sunt becomes possunt, they are able. All right, now the imperfect tense of these verbs, okay? Big thing that you have to remember is there's no BA, all right? The biggest mistake that I see with like sum esse is for people to put something like esse bomb, esse boss, esse bot, and that's, I get how that's logical, but that is not what we want to do at all. You just have to memorize these paradigms separately. Now, if you kind of want to remember instead of BA, it's RA, I mean, that's okay, but that seems like a little bit confusing. Just memorize it, okay? We have aram, aras, arat, aramus, aram, aras, arat, aramus, aratus, arant. It means I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, y'all were, they were. Now, the cool thing about this in the imperfect is it makes the imperfect possum really, really easy because it's just pot plus aram, aras, arat, aramus, aratus, arant. So we have potaram, which is just pot plus aram. I was able. Pot aras is just potaras. You were able. Pot arat, potarat. He, she, it was able. Potaramus, we were able. Potaratus, y'all were able. Potarant, they were able. So potaram, potaras, potarat, potaramus, potaratus, potarant. I was able, you were able, he, she, it was able, we were able, y'all were able, they were able. So let's look at these in just some brief sentences for context. Present tense of sum. I'm just going to use all of them, sum, est, sumus, estis, and sunt, in a sentence, just to give you a translation. Okay, laeta sum, I am happy. Es insanus, you are crazy. Equus in casa est would mean the horse is in the house, or a horse is in the house. Now, we could put est first. If we had est equus in casa, this would mean something like there is a horse in the house, or it is a horse in the house, okay? We have non irati sumus, we are not angry. Estis prope aquam, y'all are near the water. And then illi sunt medici, they are doctors. Now, we could do again something different and put sunt first, and that would still maybe mean sunt medici, they are doctors, but it could also mean there are doctors. Like if you're trying to say there are doctors in the city, I could just say sunt medici in urbe. Okay. Imperfect tense. So I'm going to take every sentence and just make it imperfect. So laeta eram, I was happy. Eras insanus, you were crazy. Equus in casa erat, the horse was in the house. But if we put erat first, it would mean something like there was a horse in the house or it was a horse in the house. Noni rati eramus, we were not angry. Estis prope aquam, y'all were near the water. And illi erant medici, they were doctors. Or if we put erant first, it could still mean they were doctors or there were doctors. All right, now what do you have to remember about possum is, let's take a look at what it looks like. We have possum, and then it's paired with something that it will always be paired with. Anytime you see possum, it will always be paired with a word that looks like this, that ends in an RE form. What is that? It's an infinitive, and you translate infinitives as to plus an action. Okay, so the translation of curere possum, this is our RE form, so that's going to be our to form. So I am able to run. There's our infinitive, is to run. So possum means I am able, curere means to run. So I am able to run. Every time we see a possum or any form of it, we are going to have it paired with an infinitive. So like potest stare. Oh, by the way, I could translate this as I can run, but the problem with that is it takes away our to form from our infinitive, and that's why I don't like it. So you could say this, it's sort of correct, but I don't like it as much. Anyway, so potest stare, we have another infinitive right here. So potest is you are able, stare means to stand, so you are able to stand. Dormire potest, he, she, it is able to sleep. And I meant to make all of this red, sorry about that. Possumus clamare, we are able to shout. Sonum potestis audire, you are able to hear. Notice I can still have a direct object. You're able to hear a sound. So even though we have an infinitive, we can still have a direct object. It's just that potestis has to have an infinitive. So you are able to hear a sound. And then jacere pilam possunt, they are able to throw. And again, I have another direct object here, a ball. They are able to throw the ball. Now I make everything past tense. Curere poteram, I was able to run. Poteras stare, you were able to stand. Dormire poterat, he, she, it was able to sleep. Poteramus clamare, we were able to shout. Sonum poteratis audire is y'all were able to hear a sound. Jacere pilam poterant, they were able to throw a ball. So I just changed everything to past tense. No big deal. All right, so as a review, the present tense of sum esse fui futurus to be is sum I am, es you are, est he, she, it is, or there is if it comes first in a sentence. Sumus we are, estis y'all are, sunt they are. And then of possum posse potui to be able, it's possum I am able, potest you are able, potest he, she, it is able. Possumus we are able, potestis y'all are able, possunt they are able. Review of the imperfect tense, was or were. We have no BA, that's important to remember. So of sum I have aram, eras, erat, this erant. I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, y'all were, they were. And then of possum, we have poteram, poteras, poterat, poteramus, poteratis, poterant. I was able, you were able, he, she, it was able, we were able, y'all were able, they were able. And that's it. So really that's just the basic review of irregular verbs in the present and imperfect tense. Make sure you know them. You need to know them for your comps, okay? It's super important. Hope everybody's having a good day. Talk to you later, guys. Volete omnes.